What is going on, everybody? My name is John Solo, and today we're gonna talk about Maui. You guys know Maui, right? Polynesian demigod. He killed an eel, he buried its guts. He's pretty much the main reason we've got coconuts. The reason we're talking about Maui today is because despite his inclusion in Moana sort of thrusting him into mainstream pop culture, there are some passionate individuals who want those less familiar with Polynesian culture to know that Disney's portrayal of the demigod is not necessarily the most accurate one. I'm not talking about the legends he makes mention of in the movie, because according to ancient Polynesian mythology, Maui really did pull the Hawaiian Islands up from below the ocean and bring fire to Earth. I'm actually talking about his physical size. In the majority of cases, Maui has been portrayed being a lot smaller than he is in Moana. In this drawing from 1927 called Maui Snaring the Sun, you can see what I'm talking about. He looks like he has an athletic shape, but he's not mountainous. Peter Gossage, who wrote several stories about Maui, always showed him having six-pack abs. There's even more recent portrayals where he's shown being pretty skinny. So why did Disney take so many liberties when designing Maui, and why did they go with a look that resembled an often thought of as offensive Polynesian stereotype? Well, it turns out there's multiple reasons, and they're all pretty logical. I've talked about in previous videos how Moana went through 9 entirely different variations throughout its development, and actually, in earlier drafts, Maui wasn't some gargantuan human being. Initially, he was going to be much shorter and he was going to be bald, but with every new draft of the story, he grew a little bit more. This was in part due to Disney's consulting with the Oceanic Story Trust, a team of experts from across the South Pacific that specialized in fishing techniques, tattoos, ancient navigation, traditional dance, pretty much all aspects of Polynesian culture. These experts wanted Maui to be bigger. They said he needed to be a hero, almost like Superman, and the designers wanted to respect that. When asked about it, the film's producer said, even in myths where he's small, he's larger than life, and in animation, we're not literal. We always felt that the audience needed to know right away, visually, that this guy is stronger than anybody else. I would say there's evidence of this pretty much immediately after Moana meets Maui. When he sings You're Welcome, one of the lines is, I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod, when you're staring at a demigod. It's pretty evident that his size is meant to represent his strength and not gluttony or anything along those lines that would typically be perceived as derogatory. In fact, because Maui is wearing so little clothes, the animators had to do extra research on how to animate the movement of so much human skin, which is much more difficult than a texture like clothing. To do this, they studied football players, professional wrestlers, world's strongest men competitors. They studied athletes. There's also another, more technical reason for Maui's size. As I'm sure you all remember, Maui had a tattoo that moved around his body and acted as his conscience. Adding a two-dimensional animated tattoo meant adding more space for it to move around. This meant making Maui bigger. So as you can see, Disney had no intention of making Maui offensively large, and they actually took every measure they could into making sure that their portrayal of Polynesian culture was accurate. This includes having a Samoan tattoo artist who was a 6th generation master tattooist check every mark and pattern for accuracy, not just on Maui's body, but on the bodies of the villagers as well. Fishermen in Fiji were even consulted about the movie's boats and ropes. So there's really no doubt at all that Maui's character was designed with the best of intentions. In my opinion, it's understandable that some audiences were a little hesitant before the movie was released, but hopefully after actually seeing the film, they had a change of heart. And with that, let me just say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If that was the case, do me a favor and hit that like button down below and let me know you care. Also subscribe for a new Disney or Pixar video every single week. Next week, I've got a brand new Pixar theory I think you guys are really going to enjoy, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Turn notifications on, all that good stuff. Until then, take care, my friends. I hope to see you soon.